the lens into the way that investors, right, people with skin in the game are viewing these type of actions. There's a lot of uncertainty behind them. And when you start getting into directly involved in corporate matters, there are a lot of unintended consequences and parties being brought in.
I will quote the Wall Street Journal editorial page here. They call this corporate statism, and then they say, and that never ends well. And if you're a Republican president and you've lost the Wall Street Journal editorial page, that's an interesting moment.
I would say this. In the course of reporting out, the traditional people who would kind of identify as traditional Republicans have said to me, this is very worrisome to me. And oddly enough, the people who identify more as traditional Democrats have said, this is kind of great. Like, these are some of the things that the Biden administration had wanted to consider doing. Like, why not take a cut from Silicon Valley companies that are already, turning out some great profits with the help of the government? Why shouldn't they do this? So I found that to be quite an interesting situation.
Yeah, it totally is. So play the long game here for me. President Trump leaves office in early 2029. What happens with the next occupant of the White House? Do we keep doing, in air quotes, industrial policy this way, do you think?
We could. We very much could. I spoke to one source who said, listen, if we allow for all these things to go through, because there are still some legal questions that are hovering over all of this, and it will be interesting to see how it plays out. But if this does go through, one of my sources said, my concern is what happens when progressive Democrats get into office. This seemingly is a roadmap for them to also take a heavy hand in corporate matters. And what does that look like 5-10 years down the road when people have far more information of how it actually plays out in the marketplace?
Right. Joe Doe at Bloomberg. Joe, thanks a lot. Really interesting piece.
Thanks.
Don't look now, but SPACs are back. Shells, basically, that raise money and get themselves listed on a stock exchange. Their real job is to merge with another company, one that already exists. A lot of times it's a startup. And give that company a quick and easy way to go public, get access to the capital markets, and avoid the usual and lengthier route of doing a traditional initial public offering. SPACs used to be big, and then a lot of retail investors lost money, and then they went out of style. That was then. This is now. SPACs are back. So is Marketplace's Nova Safo.
In some ways, special purpose acquisition companies, SPACs, are a simple proposition.
It's basically a company that's listed on the stock exchange.
Guys, plane here, this is airport, plane.
Philip Braun, professor of finance at Northwestern University, says a SPAC is created with one and only one goal.
To go and search for a company to acquire and merge with.
While it's looking, investors can buy shares in a SPAC with the hopes of big rewards later. That prospect sent SPAC activity to historic highs in 2020 and 2021. There were more than 800 of them in those 2 years. Michael Alrogi of New York University looked at what came of all of that activity.
There was a temporary bubble where it looked like the company's going public were doing fantastically well, but pretty quickly that bubble popped, and investors had lost on average 60 or 70% or more of their money.
In large part, he says, because of the lack of transparency with SPACs and their complex internal structures. Regulators did issue new rules in 2024, and the number of SPACs coming into the market declined dramatically until now.
For sure, we're seeing an uptick.
Now guys, finally come to airport. I enter inside and look at this, this is the taxi stand, and this is all limo driver is here.
Sectors and concepts that people are interested in getting involved in.
All limo is here.
Resurgence as the quickest way to sort of tap into that investor enthusiasm in those sectors.
What are those sectors? Matt Kennedy, a senior strategist with Renaissance Capital, points to new technologies.
Think quantum computing, next generation nuclear power, space technology, autonomous aircraft or flying taxis, Bitcoin treasury companies,
as well as artificial intelligence firms. All moonshots can be warned where there's
Look at this
still
is the airport, Chicago airport, guys. This is the Chicago airport. You see, guys, all the plane right there. Look, guys, this plane coming in the road. Look. Wow, look at you. Delta. The plane road, guys. This road for plane. I enter the terminal inside. Look, another plane coming. United Airlines is coming. You see? United Airlines, guys. And this is all airport outside. And this is all plane inside. So very generous. Look, guys, another plane coming. Look. Look. See? United. United plane. It's all flags for all different countries. It's all plane running around area, like how we park the car. Like, see? Okay, so, oh my God. This is, guys, outside in the airport. Oh my God, a lot of traffic. This is airport stand for plane stand. Plane can park right there. These people line, people going like this, and we are here. Still so many planes walking around. United. Look, another plane coming like this. This is another plane. Oh my God! Look how speed this plane. Look how speed this plane. Yeah. This is Chicago International Airport. This is the airport, buddy. No, it's the Chicago, no Russia, brother. United States of America. There's upper level people there. We are lower level right now. Yeah. This is the airport. Parking. This is the people waiting for ride, taxi. And I'm going to stand up right there now, right now. That's the airport, guys, Chicago. Yeah.